in the Clippers when we looking at so much football during Wild Card Weekend. Nick, I know you want to talk about his 35 points, but I want to talk about something different. Yeah. His hands, his fingers. It's like E.T. Look at this, man. How do you do this? Look at his fingers. This is freakish. It's like E.T. I'm going to try to do this with my little House of Athlete water bottle. It's impossible. And I'm a wide receiver that is known for big hands. I can't even do it. This is unbelievable. Great. This is why Kawhi Leonard scores the basketball the way he does. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
I'll tell you what's unbelievable. The fact that you keep on getting House of Athlete ads in the show for free. It's a fantastic job by you, Brandon. Also a fantastic job by Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham, living my life philosophy. Get out while the getting's good. Hey, touchdown, you know what? I'm gone. No handshakes. I'm not even going back to the field. I'm out. This is a way to live your life for everything. I went to a concert. I think it was a Jay-Z concert. He's like, are you guys ready to go? And I was like, no. And I'm like, yeah, you played some good songs. I'm out. If I ever climb Everest, I'd be like, you know what? The top of Everest. Send a helicopter. Come get old KW. Well, I want to descent. It's like, it's halfway down. Just be out. Congratulations, Jimmy Graham. Then another example of get out while the getting's good.
All right,
so smart.
I'm going to lose my mind watching football. We live in an era where coaches sleep at the office. They work 19-hour days, and they're punting on 4th and short in the most critical moments of playoff games, and the broadcasters just let it go. This is worse than if a team's philosophy was, we're kneeling extra points. Mike Vrabel, who I like as a coach, I think had the worst punt in NFL history this weekend. I really believe that. 4th and 2. On their opponent's 40 in the 4th quarter while trailing, you punted. And then Tomlin's like, oh, you think that was bad? How about we are storming back on the Browns? We have 4th and less than 1 at midfield, down 2 scores. Send the punter out. What is happening? Yeah. How can this happen with good coaches? Well, Jenna, I don't understand why they can't figure this out. I don't understand why they can't figure it out.
All right, guys, I have been covering sports for years and years and years. I've been to almost every NFL stadium. There are no fans like Buffalo Bills fans. I could say that unequivocally. I know that. 6,700 showed up on Saturday for the Bills game at Orchard Park. It sounded and felt like 67,000. Why? Because I would argue the Bills fans are the most prepared fans out there. Why? Because players come out before the game, throw you the ball. Not to the fans that are like, hey, I'm prepared and ready, to the fans that aren't prepared. Look, if you have your hands up and you're a fan of Buffalo, Stephon Diggs isn't throwing you the ball. Why be prepared? He wants you alert and on your toes always. You're getting a beer. You know they scored. You're going to the bathroom. You know down and distance. Buffalo Bills fans could not be more prepared for anything, which is why they were ready to go on Saturday. Let's go Buffalo, going all the way because of their fans. All right, we head to Washington now.
Let's go Buffalo.
Tom Brady versus... There you go. I'm sure you have nightmares of that song in your head, Brandon, all those trips up there to Buffalo. Tom Brady versus Taylor Heinicke, and what a valiant effort by Heinicke. The underest of underdogs. My kind of guy, Nick. He was good. Unfortunately, Tom Brady was better, even against that stout Washington defense. Bucs get the win. They face the Saints next. Nick, you put together a 3,000-page dossier on why Brady would lose the game. Where's the dossier now, and did Tom Brady change your mind?
Let's see it.
Well, you know, Jenna, you guys can put me on camera. It's okay. The tears are gone. Here's the dossier. Here it is. Here it is. Look at this. I want this right here. This is early years Tom Brady in the trash. This is Tom Brady against the rush this year in the trash.
Is it
happening? This is Tom Brady on the road in the postseason in the trash. Yeah. You know why? Because the dossier.
Is it happening?
And people are like, oh, Nick, are you going to admit you were wrong on Tom Brady? Kind of. I'm kind of going to admit I was wrong on Tom Brady. And in this regard, I did think Washington would be able to get a consistent pass rush. And on the first drive, it looked like they were going to. They hit him a couple times. It was like, oh, this is exactly what we needed. But they weren't able to get a consistent pass rush. And even the few times they did get home, Brady was able to follow it up with a very good play. And so I have to give him credit. If you would have told me Washington's going to score 23, I would say perfect. That's all they need to win. I can't put this on Alex Smith not playing because Heineke came out and balled. I can't put this on some terrible turnovers. I understand Heineke did have the one pass tipped that was intercepted, but Tampa's running back had a fumble. And after that fumble, Brandon, I want to go through what happened. So Vaughn fumbles, Heineke has the great drive, and all of a sudden it's a 2-point game. And then this is what Brady does. A 9-play, 55-yard field goal to extend the lead to 5, followed by a 7-play, 69-yard touchdown drive to extend the lead to 12. And then when Heineke punched again, and it's a 5-point game, an 11-play, 75-yard, or I'm sorry, a 7-play, 58-yard drive to get the lead back to 8. The old man played very, very well in what I would have considered very tough circumstances. And so do I think Tampa can win the Super Bowl? Of course not. Do I think some of the issues they had early in the year are going to come to bite them eventually? I do. But I've been saying for a month and a half they wouldn't beat Washington, and Brady would be a big reason why. And Brady didn't make any significant mistakes. He led critical drives in a game that was closer than I think most people thought, and I got to give the man credit for it. So this was not his last playoff game ever. Next week will be, but this was not, and he had one more great moment. I'm happy for him about it. Like, I mean, that's what happened.
Nick, I'm not trying to kick a man. I'm not trying to kick a man while he's down.
No,
but man, it's not only been a couple of weeks. It's been a couple of years of you bashing Tom Brady and trying to say that this is the last game, the last year that we see Tom Brady, noodle arm Tom Brady. But look, I'm not trying to kick you while you down. I love that you stood up and said, you know what, I'm kind of wrong here. But look, I said it last week. Sometimes on television, it doesn't matter what channel you turn on. All we hear is X's and O's, and we hear about all these statistics, and we don't talk enough about the mindset of these players. I said it last week. This dude is on a mission. I remember being in the locker room. I remember being in the organization, in the building, and working on those little details, knowing that if I could get my steps right at the top, then I'll catch more balls. So when you think about Tom Brady and how he looks in the pocket, how he's moving in the pocket, escaping, and he's elusive, and then how he's throwing and he's following through, there's more zip on his ball. He's more explosive, and I'm telling you, this guy is on a mission. I'm not looking at his age. We know he's 43. I'm looking at his mentality. There's a reason why this guy is still playing. Something has to be wrong with you to still be playing football at 43. I sit here at 36 years old watching football every Sunday, and every time someone gets hit, I cringe like, oh, is he going to get up? So when you think about him, think about his mentality. And when a guy has that type of mindset to go out there and give everything he has and do what he needs to go to the next level, you have to respect that and you have to put that first. So I see him at the beginning of the season. Where's the zip? Where's the spin? Where's your mobility in the pocket? And then you compare him to where he's at now, Wilds. I would have to say this dude is on his way to the next Super Bowl. This is his 14th championship, right? He's on his way there. It will be his 14th.
Okay, so I thought it was Tom Brady and friends. AB had another touchdown. Mike Evans, Brandon, you scared me about these ankle sprains. He's back looking great. Spend some time at House of Athlete, get it wrapped up, and get ready to go. The other Brady friend, remember I told you, Nick, I said it last week. I said, when in doubt, you can call on big old Gronk to block Chase Young. Gronk had some timely blocks there. Chase Young ends up with 0 sacks, 0 QB hits, 0 worries for Tom Brady. Now, let's start looking forward as you're like worried about the Saints. Tom Brady is not losing 3 games to one team. He's just not. Never has in his career. Maybe in junior high school in a rec league because he didn't all in college and he didn't in the pros. So I cannot imagine that he's going to lose to the Saints for the 3rd consecutive time. If anything, I think that I'd be nervous as if I was saying, like, oh, we got this guy twice. Now the 3rd time.
Wait a second. While I agree it's hard to beat a guy 3 times, what Wiles just said there might have been the most